Chinese New Year or Lunar New Year falls on the first day of February this year, and to commemorate this most important of Hong Kong's holidays, we're headed to one of the city's premier street markets that sells a plethora of New Year decorations and other cultural artifacts at this time of year. As we scour the stalls, we'll learn about some of the key practices and meanings behind the festival, whilst trying to not get utterly lost in the maze of bright red and gold. This is Hong Kong Hoods.
Hey guys, thank you for joining me. As always, we're here today in Wan Chai at the famous Tai Yuen Street, and this is one of two famous streets in Hong Kong, along with Fuk Wing Street up in Sham Shui Po, that is famous for selling Chinese New Year decorations. And so it's obviously a place where a lot of locals come at this time of year to buy the decorations and all things related to Chinese New Year. We're about to enter the year of the tiger, and the tiger is one of 12 Chinese zodiac signs, which change with every year. So that means that the year of the tiger comes but once every 12 years. So without further ado, let's get into this market and check out how many tiger-related items we can find and other things that are often bought at this time of year. Let's do it. So the first thing that hits me coming a little bit deeper into the market is all of a sudden you just find yourself surrounded by this absolute sea of red with gold tinges. And it just goes to show that Chinese New Year is a little bit different from our Western holidays. Sure, we've got Christmas and there's a rough association, I suppose, with the colour red, it's a Santa suit, and green from a Christmas tree. But it's just a slightly different level with Chinese New Year. You just got red and gold plastered everywhere, and it just makes for a bonanza, a real vibrant feast for the eyes. And of course it's because red is the most auspicious colour, hence this new getup I'm wearing today. Hope you like it. Let's carry on. Hello. Thanks. So just as in the West, Christmas, you're going to give gifts to the younger members of the family. Chinese New Year, it's customary for the elder, more senior members of the family to give the younger, less senior members of the family these lai si. And these are these beautiful little red envelopes, and you put money in them before you give them to the kids and less senior members. So it can be quite a lucrative time of year if you're a kid at Chinese New Year. And conversely, if you're one of the family elders, it can get quite expensive. Now, another thing that's special about these lai si is that they often have this word on them, which is Fuk, and that means fortune or good luck. And that is a very important sign, a very important word for Chinese New Year. Another thing that you find a lot at Chinese New Year and all over markets like this are these four-word Chinese proverbs that you get everywhere. And these proverbs are traditionally said as greetings to family members and friends at Chinese New Year. Now, it sounds a bit weird and it's a little bit hard to explain because in English with the Roman alphabet that we use, 4 letters can barely spell a decent word. But because in Chinese writing the characters each mean a word, you can say things that are quite deep and meaningful with 4 of them put together. So this one, for example, is Dai Gat Dai Lei, and that means big luck, big success. But there are also tons of them. Ones like Chut Yup Ping Gon, which means peace when you're at home and when you're outside of your home on your travels. Hup Yip Jun Bo, which means success with your studies. And of course, the most famous one of them all, Gung Hei Fat Choi, which basically is the equivalent of saying, I wish you prosperity. But those are just a few of them, and there are quite a bunch. So please feel free in the comments, leave your favorite of these Chinese New Year 4-letter proverb greetings in the comments, if you know them, of course. Hello. Thank you. Bye-bye. So red undergarments. That's another hallmark of Chinese New Year. These are considered extremely auspicious. So if you want to get lucky, especially if you're playing mahjong or playing another game with your friends and family, make sure you got your red duds on. Very nice. Tangerines are another auspicious symbol of Chinese New Year because tangerine, the word for tangerine or orange in Chinese, is gat, and it's a homonym for gat, which also means luck. So they're naturally considered very lucky, and it's cool that it makes the meaning for such a simple fruit actually quite, profound. Another item that is extremely emblematic of Chinese New Year is firecrackers. And unfortunately, the real thing is no longer allowed in Hong Kong. But symbols of them are everywhere, and the reason that they were used is that the loud bang was thought to ward off the evil negative spirits that might follow you into the new year. So that's two more important parts of Chinese New Year imagery. Very cool. Sure that you're all familiar with this. It's a real symbol of Hong Kong and Chinese culture in general. The lion dance, apparently the head of the lion, and the lion dance is done every year, or at least it was pre-COVID times in Hong Kong, to ward off the devil, ward off evil spirits, and bring happiness and joy with you into the new year. Very cool. Alright guys, so I've gone and done my Chinese New Year shopping for now. It was so much fun exploring the stalls and just learning about what all the symbolism means and what the festival's about in general. So now I think it's time with my newly purchased goods to go home, start decorating and get ready for Chinese New Year.
And that concludes our Chinese New Year market research. We hope you found this episode informative, and if it didn't teach you anything you didn't already know, we hope that you at least enjoyed exploring with us. Thanks for watching, and please don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and share this video with all your friends. Until next time, best wishes for the new year, and Gong Hei Fat Choi.